Large construction projects can involve any number of stakeholders, from the owner to the design team to the general contractor and specialist subcontractors. The design software used on various projects can be similarly diverse. Without training in or a license to the authoring software, sharing models between stakeholders can be of limited value, resulting in 2D drawings becoming the primary means for communicating intent. Autodesk Navisworks replaces this outdated means of communication by allowing models from various design applications to be integrated within the same scene. This intuitive environment allows all involved to share a common project vision without requiring proficiency in the source design software, making it easier to see how their part of the project fits within the overall design. This aids understanding and fosters a better collaborative relationship between stakeholders. The project seen here has been modeled in AutoCAD Civil 3D, Revit Architecture, Revit Structure, and Revit MEP. As the project progresses and specialist trades develop their own construction documentation, using whichever design application is appropriate to their industry and workflow, Navisworks allows those designs to be combined with the overall project model. The complex models created through the building information modeling process can result in large file sizes. However, Navisworks' innovative technology compresses these files for interactive visualization and smooth real-time walkthrough, so you can navigate, explore, and review large, complex 3D models on standard PCs. Furthermore, you can realize the value of BIM projects without requiring seats of the authoring design applications and the necessary skills to use such software. The integrated project can be distributed in the highly compressed and secure Navisworks NWD format, providing access to the model and associated building information using the free viewer, Navisworks Freedom. Building information modeling presents the opportunity to spatially coordinate all of the different project disciplines, and although there may be additional overhead costs in creating these models, the benefits of fully coordinated designs includes confidence that everything will fit together, allowing for more off-site fabrication and on-site installation, fewer on-site RFIs and resultant change orders, which leads to fewer project delays and ultimately reduced risk. The Autodesk Navisworks Manage Clash Detective feature realizes this potential and demonstrates one of the real powers of BIM in construction. Clash Detective works by looking for issues between specific groups of model objects or disciplines. The idea being that you define a test looking for issues where you might expect to find them based on past experiences, for example, and Navisworks will do the hard work of searching through the complete project model, identifying any issues. This is quicker and more accurate than the traditional manual method of looking over plotted drawings on light boxes. As the model is rich with building information created in the authoring design application, you can use this data to define search sets, which identify groups of like construction components, such as all of the structural components on the first floor, for example. Basing clash tests on these sets means that you do not need to track model changes and modifications, as the test will always be performed on the most up-to-date version of the model files. All navigation tools and various display options are available to allow you to better understand the clash and clearly see the issue within the context of its surroundings. This makes it easier to review and decide on the best course of action required to resolve the issue, while clash status levels help to manage the results list. Communicating the necessary changes can either be done through a published version of the Navisworks model or through a report such as HTML. The report contains details of the performed test as well as each result. This includes details of the clashing items, the source file name, any associated comments that have been added, and also a screenshot of the issue. This allows the responsible design team to locate the item in the original design application, understand what the issue is, and make the necessary changes. Once the design file is replaced with the modified version, opening the Navisworks file will load in the latest version and the clash test can be updated. Navisworks reruns the test against the up-to-date project model and will automatically update the result statuses if the changes have resolved the issues. It's also worth noting that Navisworks will also identify any new clashes that result from the design modifications. Navisworks can also be used to find duplicate geometry or test for clearances. Duplicate geometry may result from modeling errors and are important to find when taking quantities and calculating estimates from the dataset. Clearance tests differ from hard clash tests in that rather than looking for physical intersections between objects, you look for instances where an object comes within a specific distance of another object. An example of this would be checking for adequate clearance around a piping system in order to insulate it. Sectioning tools can be used to help see issues more clearly. Occasionally you will be able to see that an object in the model is involved in multiple clashes. Rather than treating these as separate clashes, you can automatically group them together in order to treat them as a single issue, which aids clash management and saves time while maintaining an audit of all clashes found. Measurement tools are available to understand the distances between objects, including a feature which calculates the closest position of two selected objects. This may be useful when objects run in different planes, for example, where a clearance issue may only be at a specific point where the objects cross, and may therefore be discounted. I mentioned earlier that by defining clash tests using search sets keeps the tests up to date. There's an additional benefit to this too. As the tests are based on property information, then they are not tied to any particular model. Navisworks allows you to export the clash tests so that they can be imported into other projects that may not take the same architectural form, but follow a similar construction recipe. That's to say, they contain similar construction components.